Hey everyone! So I know Halloween is probably going to be over by the time I get around to editing and posting this video, but I really wanted to talk about Mary Shelley. See, Mary Shelley was this amazing woman who created one of the most iconic monsters of all time, Frankenstein's monster. She even created the entire genre of science fiction. She's credited with that. She was the first one to do that. One of the cool things about Shelley, though, is that her parents were completely radical. Her father was an anarchist philosopher and her mother was a feminist writer. They were the people who didn't marry until 5 months into the pregnancy. That is unheard of back in that day. You know, the Victorian period. But sadly, Mary's mother died shortly after her birth. But Mary had credited both her mother and her father for the writing she would one day do. She grew up in a home that was constantly being visited by famous writers and thinkers. Her stepmother and father eventually started a printing press, which actually ended up publishing Mary's first poem, Monsieur n'entend pas, in 1807. Probably one of the most interesting and stimulating childhoods that I've ever heard of. So Mary, being super cool, grows up to meet this guy named Percy. Percy was a fan of her father's. He had a kid and a pregnant wife, and at 22 he had gotten himself kicked out of Oxford for distributing radical pamphlets. He kind of pissed off his dad, who was a member of parliament and was totally disgraced by having a son with liberal ideas. On July 28, 1814, Mary and Percy ran away to continental Europe, bringing along Mary's stepsister Claire as an awkward third wheel to the party. Mary's father refused to ever see her again after this happened, which was kind of crazy considering he was an outspoken opponent of marriage. So that kind of sucked, because when Mary, Percy, and Claire came back, they had no money, no support system, and you know, Mary was pregnant. But since Percy and Mary were proponents of free love, they decided to have an open relationship and just kind of hang out. Mary's first child was born prematurely and died in infancy. Later, her and Percy had a son named William, and Claire became Lord Byron's mistress, and the whole party ended up going to Switzerland. But on a rainy day, the group of romantic poets were stuck inside, and Lord Byron suggested they all attempt to write a ghost story. And that, at the age of 19, was when Mary began working on the first modern science fiction and horror novel. The monster in Mary's novel is a tragic figure. If you've never read Frankenstein, it's awesome. He was created, but he has no mother, and he was put into the world that didn't want him. He's rejected and turns against the world, even though all he wanted was love and acceptance, because you're supposed to write about what you know. It was published anonymously in 1818, and it was a huge success. And not surprisingly, everyone assumed it was written by a man. Life continued. Mary's half-sister committed suicide by overdose. Percy's wife committed suicide by throwing herself into a river. Mary and Percy got legally married, but since Percy advocated for free love, he couldn't get custody of the children he had with his first wife, Harriet. And in 1817, they had their third child, Clara, and shortly afterwards, Mary published the story of their eloping. Since that reminded everyone in England of this scandal, the family had decided to move to Italy. This literary thing grew, but Mary could never sign her work because even back then, men did not want to read stories written by women. But instead, her works were carried with the name the author of Frankenstein. So, you know, talk about living in the shadow of your own work. In Italy, their children died. They had a fourth named Percy, who would be the only one who survived his parents. Then Mary's husband died, so Mary decided to sail back to England after publishing the novel Valtega. In England, Mary was super poor. She attempted to write a biography of her husband. In order to make some money, her father-in-law blocked this biography, telling Mary that he would withdraw his financial support for his grandson if anyone ever knew the type of person his son was. So instead, she began work on a new novel called The Last Man, which introduced a new plot device of mankind fighting for its existence against war and disease, which means that this young woman gave us science fiction, modern horror novels, and apocalyptic stories. How cool is that? She continued to write books, essays, reviews, and eventually was allowed to compile an anthology of her husband Percy's work as long as she didn't include any biographical information. But being the rebel that she was, she decided to write little notes before each poem. That way she could sneak in things about his life and the man that he was. Started showing signs of the brain tumor, which would eventually kill her, and then it did. But we can learn a lot from her life. I mean, she was a tragic figure like the monster she wrote, but she was amazing. She never compromised who she was. She loved to the fullest extent. You should probably stop claiming that teenage girls only pretended like superheroes in science fiction and stories of the apocalypse, because a teenage girl invented literally all of these plot devices. She was a cool woman, and I'm glad she lived the life that she did and wrote the things that she did that continue to influence writers today. And I'm gonna go marathon Frankenstein MD now. Leave a comment telling me your favorite classic author, your favorite woman of history. Tell me what you did for Halloween. Don't forget to like, subscribe, continue being awesome, and I'll see you next time. Bye!